Hey, what's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another segment of On the Clock. I'm here by myself, and today we're doing the NBA coaches. A couple weeks into the season, NBA coaches tier list. We're gonna make this one quick because it's a little bit easier to talk about. So yeah, let's get it started. We got Billy Donovan here. I'm gonna put him at B. Simply because if he had Lonzo Ball, I'm gonna put him at C. If he had Lonzo Ball, it'd probably be at B. But he is a good coach. However, the pieces that he has together, I don't blame him for losing all those games. The defense could be a lot better. Then again, that's why I said Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball, you insert him there, the defense gets a lot better. And yeah, he's a good coach overall. He's making DeMar DeRozan look like his prime self. He's making Zach LaVine look really good. The whole team looks good especially on defense. But if they had that added piece of Lonzo Ball, it'd be a lot better. It'd be a lot better all around. That's why I keep him at a C. Chauncey Billups, I'm gonna put him at an A. Chauncey Billups in his second year with Damian Lillard is making Damian Lillard look good. He's making the whole team look good. The team's contending for the playoffs now. They're like what? They're the first seed in the league. They're 9-4. It's absolutely ridiculous. I love what he's doing. I love his point guard mentality, spreading it to the younging Anthony Simons, Shadon Sharp, and Damian Lillard. It's crazy. The mix, I love it. Chris Finch, put him at a C. However, I put him at a C, but it's not his fault. I don't think that Rudy Gobert should have been traded. I don't think the Minnesota Timberwolves should have traded everything, their whole farm, the whole future, everything for Rudy Gobert. When Rudy Gobert's only look like a shade of himself. He's not fitting in that system well. He's grabbing a lot of rebounds and putting a lot of putbacks. Yes, any center can do that, especially him. But Cat's there, so it's kind of taking away from his numbers. It's taking away from the defense too. The defense is looking a lot less. Rudy Gobert hasn't fit that system really well, and they have a lot of players. Hey, Chris Finch has been given a lot of players to kind of like spread the ball around and stuff. I don't know. I don't blame him though. The team is mediocre, so that's why I leave him there because I don't blame him. I think that come mid-season, come All-Star break, we do another one of these videos. He probably goes up to B, maybe even A. But right now they're struggling. Then again, it is the Timberwolves. D'Lo's probably gonna get shipped out. Darvin Ham, you can't tell me that it's not an F. You can't. You just can't. All right. Darvin Ham was supposed to be the answer, right? I don't know why he was the answer. He was an assistant coach in Milwaukee. In Milwaukee, the only one that has a voice is Mike Budenholzer. He comes in, talks about I will give him credit. He did talk about Russ getting back to his prime self, and that's exactly what he's looking like off the bench. The Lakers are still 3-10. Let's not forget. Why he waited this long, I don't know. But they're still 3-10, even if they beat the Nets. The Nets just suck, but they're still 3-10. I'm not gonna shy away from that. Doc Rivers, put him at a D. I honestly think he gets fired after this year. That's a hot take, really hot take. But I think he does. He has not been. I think his coaching days are over. To be honest with you, I think he's probably gonna move to an assistant coach because, with Philly. With the Clippers, you had a lot of chances. You blew a bunch of 3-1 leads. With the Philadelphia 76ers, you had chances. You blew a 3-1 lead. With any team that he's coached, it's just been bad. It's just been bad. I don't see him getting past this year if they don't make a deep run in the playoffs. If they don't make it to the conference finals, at least I think he gets fired. That's just me though. You got Joel Embiid, you got James Harden, you can't make it work, and you got Tyrese Maxey, you can't make it work. Ridiculous. You're 6-7 right now. Joel Embiid had to drop 59 to beat the Jazz. Come on. Dwayne Casey, putting him at an F. Dwayne Casey is a good coach. He won Coach of the Year and then got fired. Why? Don't know. He's a good coach. Problem is, the pieces that he has, he hasn't been able to put them together. And that's an issue. With a team like that, with a developmental team, you need a coach that's going to be able to put the pieces together and develop the team. He has not been doing that so far. Eric Spoelstra, I'm probably going to get flamed for this, especially by Richard. I'm probably going to get flamed for this. But I'm putting him at a C. Why am I putting him at a C? The team has not been good. The team hasn't been good. They're 6-7, yes, I understand. But the Kyle Lowry's been pretty bad. Tyler Hero's been good, but he just doesn't play. The team wins more games with him coming off the bench scoring. I understand there's a lot of injuries and stuff, which will maybe impact the grade, but you still, you have Duncan Robinson, you have Max Strus, who are very inconsistent players, yet you play them a lot of time. It's just the rotation, in my opinion. The fact that the defense, I don't know. You can't solely rely on one player on both sides of the ball. He's relying on Bam on the defensive side and on Jimmy or on Tyler on the other side of the ball. And you can't have that. You need to have unison. You need to have everything. The fact that they blew a lead against the Hornets, the fact that they've lost to teams that they're losing easy games, it can't happen. It just can't happen. I know it happens every year. I know we make a deep run in the playoffs, even though it happens every year that we lose close games, we lose easy games. It just can't happen. It just can't. We can't keep calling them upsets. We have to keep calling them, surefire wins, which is what they should be. He's one of the greatest coaches of all time, top 10 in my opinion. But still, you need to. The situational needs to get better, in my opinion. I think that solely relying on one player on each side of the ball is not going to help. You need to mold the team into being, overall better, and lineup performance factor. If the team's playing like shit, if Max Strus is shooting like shit, Duncan Robinson is shooting like shit, bench him, bring somebody else in. That's how it works. Caleb Martin's look really good. I gotta give him that. Greg Popovich, it's not his fault, but I'm putting him at a D. They did start good. Now they're not. They did start really good. Now they're going back to mediocrity. Keldon Johnson is breaking out, like I said he would. He is averaging 24 a game, like I low-key said he would. And Popovich is the greatest coach of all time, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong. But this year, as of right now, that's where it stands. You started that good and you just derailed. Yeah, it is the staff, the players on the team, but still, you have to hold some accountability. Jacques Vaughn, I'm actually gonna put him at a B. Yeah, they did get mauled by the Lakers last night, but they have a winning record with him there compared to Steve Nash. It could go down, could go up, it could stay. It could go down, it could stay. We don't know. It could even go up. We don't know. We have to see. I need more of a sample, but for now, I'm actually gonna put him at a C just because of that. Because it's a sample, right? We need more. We need to see more. I need to see more. But outside of that, they look really good so far under his system. Keep going. Jamal Mosley, I'm actually gonna put at a C. Why am I putting him at a C? He's making the team look good. The team hasn't been able to win games, I understand, but like I said about Dwayne Casey, the development is looking a lot better. The team, they play their good individual games. They play high scoring games, but in the case of the Magic, that the Pistons don't have, consistency. Jamal Mosley has made his team consistent. Paulo Banchero's consistent. Cole Anthony's consistent. Jalen Suggs is coming out of nowhere. You always have that one player coming out of nowhere. Jamal Mosley is developing the talent, making him better game by game. Dwayne Casey isn't doing that. Jason Kidd, put him at a B. Actually, I'm going to put him at a C. The reason why I put him at a C is because you traded for Christian Wood. You traded some capital for Christian Wood, and he's only averaging 24 minutes a game. Unacceptable. He should be your starting center. He's your second best player on that team. He should not be on the bench, riding the bench 25 minutes a game, playing 8th man minutes, 7th man minutes. No, not the case. But Doncic is an MVP. He is the MVP right now. That's why I leave him there at C. If it wasn't because of that, D. JB Bickerstaff, it should go without saying. That should be self-explanatory. Darius Garland's fucking monster. Donovan Mitchell's an MVP candidate. That whole team is as complete as it gets. They're winning games. They're contending for the East. It's self-explanatory. Joe Mazzulla, I'm gonna put him at an A. That I was thinking about putting him at a B, but then I checked the team stats. They're leading the league in field goal percentage. They're leading the league in scoring scoring 119 a game. The free throw percentage is top 5. The defensive rating is top 5. The whole team is just basically carrying on from what Ime Udoka did. So Joe Mazzulla might be in good hands with Mazzulla. Honestly, I would like to see the playoff run, see what happens. They could be in good hands with Mazzulla. They could let Ime Udoka walk because Mazzulla's making him look so good. Dagenal, put him at a. I'm put him at a C. Again with the same case with Mosley, he's developing the talent. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's averaging 31 a game. That's amazing. Right? The whole team, they find ways to win games with the talent that they have. If they had Chet Holmgren, he would probably be at a B with the same exact rate that they're going now. If he had Chet, they'd probably win more games. B at B. But right now with the team that he has, he's making it work. Doing really well at it. So for that reason, I keep him at a C. Mike Malone, goes without saying, you got Jokic. Jokic's numbers haven't dropped, but that's because he got MPJ and Murray back, and that team is just quietly good. There's still a lot of season left. I did have him projected, 5th seed, 6th seed, but they're looking really good. Mike Brown, I'm going to put at a B. He's going to be the first B for Brown. I thought I thought last year when the Warriors lost the playoff games that he coached, I thought, and they were ugly losses. They lost under him by 50 in the playoffs and went on to win the chip with Steve Kerr. That just goes to show where Steve Kerr goes, right? But it also kind of made me skeptical about his coaching ability. He just beat the Warriors last night, and he's made De'Aaron Fox look superstar good. De'Aaron Fox has been popping off this entire year, finally breaking out, signed with Clutch Sports, so he's probably going to leave if they don't get better. Keegan Murray's looking really good. Domantas Sabonis is a top 5 center in my opinion. That team's starting to click. Kevin Huerter shooting 50% from 3. That team is starting to click. They're, I think, at 6-6. Great team. Could possibly contend for the play-in. We'll see. But Mike Brown's looking like a really good coach right now. Mike Budenholzer, goes without saying. They're 10-2. Giannis, without Chris Middleton, goes without saying. Monty Williams, also an A. Devin Booker's an MVP candidate, second best shooting guard in the league in my opinion. MVP candidate. The team has looked really well. They're really good. 9-4, I think, also in the West. Monty Williams has been a good coach no matter what. DeAndre Ayton might be gone after January 15th, maybe, but it looks like without him they'll still be pretty good because they just get a defensive center in Miles Turner and call it a day. But we'll have to see. So far, so good. Nate McMillan, also at an A. You know, DeJounte Murray is a defensive monster, and he's also averaging 20 plus a game. Trae Young's looking like the top 5 point guard in the league. The team's winning games. They're 4th in the East, I think, 4th or 5th. Clint Capella's going off. Everybody's going off. The team in general has gotten a lot better compared to last year. It's just crazy. Nate McMillan's always been a good coach. I've been said it. They didn't have the success that the front office hoped for in Indiana. That's why they fired him. I would have done the same thing. But now here he is in Atlanta. What did he do in Atlanta the first year? Took him to the conference finals against the Bucks. Almost beat him in 6. They almost beat him. And last year was a little bit of a slump. You can call it a sophomore slump. This year, right back where they kicked off in his first year. Nick Nurse, A. The Raptors have always been a good team. Always a dark horse. Always a good team. Never going to forget, he made Kawhi Leonard arguably the best Raptors player of all time. Debated in the comments. I stand by it. I will defend it like this. But, yeah. Nick Nurse is a really good coach. He's making that team look really good. Pascal Siakam's the MVP candidate outside of the injury. Amazing. Rick Carlisle, I'm going to put at a B. Making that Pacers team look really good. Benedict Mathurin's amazing. Tyrese Halliburton's amazing. Just had 16 assists the other day. Miles Turner's looking really good. As, you know, really good defensively. 3 blocks a game. Bruh. Whiteside numbers if he could rebound the ball better. Whiteside numbers, but prime Whiteside. Yeah, that Pacers team is looking really good. They're bottom feeders in the league, but they're looking really... They're, you know, mid in the league, but they're looking in the East, but they're looking really good. Really, really good. Steven Silas, I'm putting at an F. Silas, he hasn't made that team work. He hasn't made that team click. I think he does get fired at some point if they keep losing games. It is a developmental project team. I understand that. But Jabari Smith has looked pretty bad. Jalen Green's look good. Kevin Porter Jr.'s look good. But you're expecting them you're expecting to see improvement amongst the team, and you don't see it. You're expecting them to win maybe 2-3 games every 10? Not the case. We'll see if he stays. I think he's a good coach, but the system that they put him in, like the team that they put him in, I don't know. He's not making it work. I think he needs a winning team. I'm not sure. I think he's better off as an assistant coach, in my opinion. Steve Clifford also at an F. You lost 8 straight games. That's ridiculous. Just got LaMelo Ball back, so I expect that to change, but we'll see. James Borrego was a good coach. I think Borrego should have stayed. Oof, that's actually a tough one because they did get blown out in both play-in games. I think James Borrego was a better coach than Steve Clifford, but we have to see. Again, this is a couple weeks into the season. Come All-Star break, we'll come out with another one. A lot of videos coming out All-Star break. Make sure you check it out. And yeah, Steve Kerr put out a C. I'm put him at a D. This year, we're talking about this year. Putting him at a D because they're 0-7 on the road. It has never happened since the 80s. With a team like this, you should not be that bad. You should not be that. You should not be, 5-8? You should not be. It's unacceptable. James Wiseman hasn't been playing really good. That's got to get fixed. Probably send him to the G League, get some reps down there. But that's got to be fixed. You cannot be league champion. You cannot be defending champion and be 5-8 losing to easy teams. You can't. And underperforming all around. Taylor Jenkins, this goes without saying. Taylor Jenkins is a monster coach. any way you look at it. Tom Thibodeau, put him at a D. The Knicks are a mediocre team, but Tom Thibodeau doesn't play the right players. Cam Reddish, he's starting to play him now because Cam Reddish is an absolute bucket, but he doesn't have the winning formula like he did in the Bulls. He's trying to implement his Bull system on the Knicks, and it's not working. Tyronn Lue, put him at a B. Without Kawhi Leonard, they've looked really good. Paul George has been carrying the load, but once Kawhi Leonard comes back, that could possibly be an A. Wes Unseld, I'm also put at a B. Wes Unseld Jr. I'm also going to put out a B. The Wizards are top 6 seed in the East. Bradley Beal hasn't played, and yet Kyle Kuzma's going off. If it's not Kyle Kuzma, then you have Avdija. If it's not Avdija, it's Kristaps Porzingis. It's somebody every time. That team is complete. I did say, screw Santi and Cap, I did say that the Wizards were going to be a good team. Here they are, I think 9-5. Here they are. Will Hardy, A, goes without saying. Took Larry Market and made him a superstar pretty much. You got the whole Jazz team that was supposed to be the worst team in the league, just like the Seahawks in the NFL. Looking amazing. It's crazy. 10-5. And now, last but not least, Willie Green. We're going to put it at a B. We're going to put it at a B. One, because there's too many A's, but also because Willie Green, I said it last year, he's a really good coach. You turned Brandon Ingram, you turned that whole team without Zion into a playoff contender. Almost beat the Suns. Took them to 7. So now, you're looking at, with Zion, they're playing a whole lot better, losing really close games, but they're playing a whole lot better. Willie Green is a coach. Is a really good coach. Coach of the year contestant. I do need to see just a little bit more. But I keep him at a B. Yeah, I'm gonna keep him at a B. I need to see a little bit more, but I'm gonna keep him at a B. And yeah, that's gonna do it for me, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe down below. Turn on post notifications. We got a lot more NBA videos and NFL videos and FIFA World Cup videos coming out. We did drop a FIFA World Cup predictions video. If you go check it out, in the link in the description below. Check out the channel also. I promise you that FIFA World Cup video is going to be the best one. It is the best one. We put a lot of time, put a lot of effort, and we put a lot of funny stuff in it. So make sure you check it out. And yeah, make sure you follow our socials as well. That's going to do it for us. Peace.